Success doesn't happen in isolation. It is set by the people around us. One of the most revealing tests in life is friendship, especially when ambition, growth, and challenges come into play. True friends stand by you during failures, celebrate your wins without envy, and push you to be better. But not all friendships pass this test. Our friends are not the kind of people we want, but the kind of people we are. We don't choose our friends, we get them as what we are. Successful people must have understood the role of their friendships in their successful business or personal life. So they choose such friends who will come to their rescue at the time of crisis. People frequently act inappropriately in an attempt to gain acceptance, claim that it is cool, without recognizing that they will be rejected. What appears to be peer pressure could actually be friendship test. Where are they going to be when you are having problems? To what extent will they go to assist you? The most important query is how will they be able to assist you tomorrow if they don't have the character today? Being around morally upright people boosts one's self-esteem. Successful people know that few friends are better than millions of friends who will borrow their umbrella when there is sunshine or withdraw when there is rain. The optionalization of business friendship in practice should rely solely on the concurrence of the categories of the effective personal relationship and commercial relationship. One method for gathering business friendship through network survey is to question participants to consider the group of people with whom they have specific commercial relationships, such as suppliers, buyers, co-workers, or competitors, and inquire about whoever the respondent feel a good affinity for. Who do you like? Who would you do a favor for? Another option is to ask participants to enumerate every person in their network, after which they can look into the instrumental and emotive connections between each individual. One major benefit of both of these methods is that, as opposed to merely asking respondents who their friends are, they use a direct indicator of emotive content of particular relationships. That latter strategy would be skewed by the people's prosperity to avoid calling persons they have a significant material relationship with the friends. Fisker 1982. This resistance stems from the conflicts that are the subject of this essay. The phrase relational exchange can be used to describe many of the useful advantages of business friendships. Relational exchange is a type of transaction system that differs from economic trade in that its accounting is somewhat imprecise. The valuations of the goods to be traded are precisely specified in commercial exchange, even if when material good is exchanged for commitment to pay for something later, the item is recognized. Relational exchange has the advantage of reducing transaction cost in commercial settings, in turn facilitating some transaction that would not be feasible otherwise. The buyer supplier interactions that are a part of social relationships are most frequently cited instances in the intercourse on organization. The connection between buyers and sellers in the apparel sectors that are rooted in professional friendships are explained in UC 1996. Because of their mutual influence, the parties are able to engage in transactions that would be prohibitively costly if they had to rely on formal contracts rather than trusts. Although not everyone has friends at work, friendship is a protective factor for mental health in the workplace. There were more work friendships in 1985 than there are now, according to the prevalence data. Almost half of those in the workforce now had at least friends at work. According to the data, baby boomers are mostly 10% more likely than millennials to have co-workers. Since we spend a greater portion of our working hours at work than at home, it makes sense that we would desire to establish relationships with our co-workers. We want our work to seem meaningful and having allies and confidence we can trust helps create that sensation. When we need to rejoice and offer support regarding our personal and professional life, we turn to our co-workers. Without that, release work might feel alienating and lonely. There are no attachments. Even though we enjoy our jobs and have the opportunity to apply our skills and abilities every day, we most likely lack the energy and motivation to give our all in our duties.